Hello, this is Tijarah Brown. Welcome to Rooted and Radiant, where we grow healthier lives one lesson at a time. And today is part two of my wonderful conversation with Nicole Reed, owner and operator and entrepreneur of Sauce and Simmer from Charlotte, North Carolina. So here we go, Nicole. Welcome back. Woo woo!
Thank you for having me.
And later today, we're going to give you some hacks. We're going to give you a kitchen hack. We're going to give you our preferred mocktail of the month and a preferred recipe and your maybe some ideas about some materials or equipment that you must have in the kitchen. And we'll talk about that later. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will make sure that you have Nicole's information so that you can get in contact with her. We'll put that information in the description and also mine. So thanks again for listening. And let's go, Nicole. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, my beautiful Nubian queen. I'm so glad to have you. We're going to talk a little bit more about Sauce and Simmer. And so we're going to follow up from some questions from last week, since this is part two. And what we didn't get to is, because you're such a great cook, and I know I feel like it's hard if you're an exceptional cook and you really know quality ingredients. You know the difference. You can taste it, you can feel it, you can smell it. All of your senses are on fire. And so when you go to a restaurant, if you don't experience that sensory explosion, you're feeling slighted and like, why did I even come? You could do that at home, but sometimes for convenience. So Nicole, I would like to know, what is your favorite restaurant that meets all of those qualifications for you, where you really feel fully satisfied?
Oh my gosh. Well, because I cook so much, I'm usually just cooking at home. But the one thing that I do not make a lot anymore is just homemade pizza. And I used to do it all the time. So when I want just, I, I don't want the chain restaurants or the common chain restaurants. There's a pizza place called Hawthorne's. They don't just do pizza, they do other Italian meals as well. But the margarita basil pizza at Hawthorne's is like the best that I've
Mm.
had. And when I've had friends come to visit and they want good pizza, I take them there and they're like, really? And when they taste it, they're like, okay, you're right, Nicole, this is good. I mean, you can tell the dough is made fresh every day, freshly grated cheese, and they don't over bake the basil into it. It's kind of put on at the last minute so it can just kind of melt into it with the heat from the pizza. I mean, it's perfect. You don't need all those extra toppings, just the sauce, the cheese, the fresh basil, and just so good.
I love that. And you know what? You bring up a good point about basil. If it turns black or dark brown, you've overcooked it. Yeah,
Yes.
so you cannot overcook the basil, or otherwise you lose that aroma, that fragrance, that taste. So I love what you're describing, because I can't wait to go. I was telling my husband about it because he said, "What's the name of that restaurant she keeps mentioning?" And I said, "Oh, Hawthorne's." And he said, "Where is it located?" And I'm like, he said, "What is it that makes it so good?" And that's when I wanted to ask you all those sensory questions about taste and
Yes.
smell. And so good. All right. So everyone, that is in Charlotte, North Carolina. We will put the information in the link up this way. Okay. And also in the description, if you're interested, give it a try. Give it a try. And so now that brings us to that next question that I didn't get a chance to ask you last time is, if you could travel anywhere abroad, Nicole, for the most delightful cuisine that would really satisfy all of your senses on every level, and you would recommend to others, where would that be?
Oh, well, I guess we will stay on trend with Italian food because I would go to Italy. It'll
Ah.
have, yes, I know. I've never been. I've been invited to go with a friend, but I wasn't able to make the trip with them that time. Next time they plan one, I will be there. But I would go to Italy. because I do like my wine. So why not go to the source of where some of the greatest wines come from? And I love cheese. I love cheese
Me
a lot.
too.
So if I can just go there and get my sulfate free wine and I can get my fresh homemade cheese, like, I might not come back if I didn't have to.
Well, you know what? You're spot on because now I have had the privilege of traveling to Italy, but it was years ago. I was in my 20s. I'm not going to show my age right now, but anywho, it was long before kids, but I did have that pleasure, and I cannot deny that my experience in Italy, in Rome, to be specific, was just exquisite. I mean, the best food. I was exposed to that caprese mozzarella salad with the fresh mozzarella and the basil, which you
Oh,
love, and
oh
the
yes.
fresh Roma tomatoes,
Mm,
and the olive oil, and what else? What I'm trying to remember, and the balsamic vinaigrette with it.
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Mm,
And a
mm,
cannoli. I've been on a quest ever since then to have the best cannoli, to the point where in the US, I feel like I haven't found that place. So viewers, if you found that place, please comment and let us know if you have found the perfect Italian restaurant in our area. But Nicole and I are willing to travel. So if we got to go to Chicago,
yes.
we're going.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, I've been on that quest. So I agree with you wholeheartedly about that. Just the ingredients. What is it about Italy though? That's part of the Mediterranean, that whole Mediterranean
Yes.
diet. What is it? Is it the ingredients?
I
What
think it
is
is
it?
the ingredients because we have so many preservatives. I know, you've been the organic educator, you know this better than anyone, but there's so
Not
many
really.
preservatives that we have here that are just that's banned there. So everything is just
Yeah.
is natural, is pure. You have ingredients you can name. So I think, again, I've never been there, but I think that is what makes it so much probably better to digest, but just taste so much better because you can authentically taste the flavors in all the ingredients instead of all these preservatives and things that we add here.
Right. So true. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, the taste, we cannot compare. We
Mm,
cannot compare. I don't think half of us know what we're really missing. You know? Really, you
probably
don't
not.
know until you know. All
Mhm.
right, Nicole. So one day we're going to travel to Italy together. Ooh, I want to go to
Yes.
Venice.
Oh, I know.
Ooh,
I'm
there's
ready
so
for
many.
this.
Yes, there's so many places I don't want to go in life. All right, Nicole. So that was awesome. One day we will travel together, but for now we're here. We're here in the US.
Yes.
All right. So later again, don't forget viewers that we're going to tell you what we're drinking, okay, for our mocktail of the evening. But let's keep watching here and we're going to continue. So Nicole, um, we talked about that name Sauce and Simmer last week and how you came up with the name. But I would like to know that what your future is for that name. Where do you intend to take Sauce and Simmer? If you could just close your eyes and think on a grand scale as to where and when and how Sauce and Simmer can become this huge thing, or maybe it's going to stay small. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but where is it going? Where do you see Sauce and Simmer, let's say 10 years from now?
Hmm. I think we did touch on this just a little in the last episode. Um, but I don't, yes, there I have the love of cooking, but my intention is not for it to be just about cooking with Sauce and Simmer. I want to connect with the community, just again, just kind of show the world through Sauce and Simmer the connections that can be made through food. If someone's grieving, you're providing meals for them and just, getting together. Anytime you get together, there's food involved. So it would be some type of way to, again, just kind of foster the relationship between food and community and how it brings people together. So I would like to be a part of some local community organization where I can provide my food, culinary services. But again, it really, I keep saying this, but it's not just about the food to me. It's about the feelings and the conversation that's fostered over it. So 10 years from now, I would be a part of some nonprofit or community event, just kind of catering to the needs that their clients have, by way of, a good home cooked meal.
Great. So, if our viewers watched the last episode, they know that Nicole is originally from Mississippi.
Whoop,
Am I
whoop.
crooked, crooked? How do you say it? How
Am
do
I
you say
crooked letter,
that?
crooked letter
Am
I,
I
crooked
crooked,
letter
crooked,
I,
I
humpback,
crooked?
humpback I.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So I love that you are really new to the Charlotte area. I mean, I met you what, 10 years ago? Has it been
Yes,
10 years? Okay,
it's
so
been
about 10
11
years
years since I've
ago,
been here.
and it takes a while to build up your footing in a community. And I
Hmm.
can see that you're already doing that. I watch you on Facebook. You don't know I'm watching, but I'm watching you, girl. And I see that you're very involved in the church and in the community, a lot of community events. And I just commend you for that because that's where it starts. That
Thank
conversation
you.
in the kitchen, in the community, in the church, they're all so intertwined together. And you are
Yes.
doing it, Nicole. That's why I really wanted to interview you because you're not just a cook, you're a community leader. You're an
Oh,
awesome mother. You are a businesswoman. You are a professional. I saw all of that in you when I met you the first day.
oh, thank you.
Yes. And I love you, girl. I just love you. I'm so proud of you.
I know.
Not that you needed my approval in the first place, but
Oh no, I think very highly of you. I love you too. So whether you like it or
Oh,
not, you're
stop it.
stuck
Oh,
with me to
stop
the
it. Oh,
end.
oh, stop it. All right. Okay, next question, girl. So, cooking methods. That's what we promised our viewers last time about those cooking
Mhm.
methods. And even you threw me off with a term that I wasn't familiar with. So, there's always something we can learn. But I want to know your preferred cooking method and what you cook with that cooking method. So, break it on down, girl. Like that spatchcock cooked chicken or whatever you call
I know. So I think it's known now that I love cast iron. So if I could cook anything with a cast iron, whether it's a Dutch oven, usually it's just a basic cast iron skillet. Uh, like it just, I don't know, it makes things taste better. I don't think I've cooked a steak in over easily 6, 7 years that was not cooked in a cast iron skillet. So probably longer than that. But my spatchcock chicken, I absolutely love making it. It's one of those meals that is not super labor intensive outside of cutting the backbone out of the chicken. Um, it's really not labor intensive at all. And once you have it prepped and you stick it in the oven, you walk away and you let it, just sit and cook until you come and pop it out. And it is beautifully golden brown. Like you got all the flavors from the herb butter and your fresh rosemary and thyme. It's just I that is my go-to meal if I want to feel fancy but not have to do a lot of work.
So, Nicole, I'm thinking like a layperson right now. I'm going to lean back in my chair right now and have you break it on down because spatchcock, which is another word for butterfly,
Well,
right?
yes. Yes,
Okay,
just another
so a
word for
lot of people
butterfly.
don't know that. I didn't know that either. I'm learning. So, if you have a layperson watching right now,
Mhm.
all right. So step one, you say spatchcock chicken, butterfly chicken. Now that after talking with you, I realize it's not that complicated, but it sounds so fancy.
It
So
really does.
walk us through the steps. You go to the grocery store. What are you going to buy to make a spatchcock chicken?
Okay. Well, you need a whole chicken. I wouldn't get one. Well, it depends on the size of your pan. I have a 12-inch cast iron. So my chicken is usually 4.5, 5 pounds that I get. As far as
Raw,
herbs or
raw
seasonings,
chicken.
Yes, yes. Don't go
We're
get a
thinking
rotisserie
we're dealing
chicken.
with lay people here, including myself a little bit here. So it's
Right.
raw,
Yes, you're
organic,
going to get
hopefully.
raw.
Okay.
Yes, yes. You get your raw organic. It's usually called a whole fryer chicken. I think
Oh,
it's still called whole fryer, but yes, it is a raw chicken in your meat poultry section of your whatever your favorite grocery store is. I personally really like the the meat section at Lowe's Foods as well as Harris Teeter. I just well, if I buy meat, I would prefer to get it at those two grocery stores, unless I'm at Sam's Club. But just locally, Harris Teeter, Lowe's Foods, unless I'm making my Sam's Club run. But you get that whole fried chicken, like I said, 4.5, 5 pounds. Um, you'll need butter. Now I use regular butter. I don't use margarine. I don't use any of this low fat. Like I do try to eat mindfully, but when it comes to butter, I will not make exceptions. So I get butter, unsalted butter, just that way I can gauge how much salt is in the dish. Then I'll have fresh thyme, rosemary, and parsley and oregano if I can get all four of those. It works okay with any combination of those herbs, but if you can do all four, that would be wonderful. I'll have fresh garlic and honestly, in olive oil, which usually you have, or most people have, I do. That's really all you need as far as ingredients. And as far as kitchen tools, besides the cast iron, you're going to need a really good pair of kitchen shears. The ones I have, really inexpensive. They're Williams Sonoma. There's a couple brands or types that they have, but I got the cheapest one they had, and they've worked for years. But those are the ingredients that you'll have, and then when you have the chicken. Now, I'm not a person that washes my chicken. I know a lot of people will do that. I do not. I mean, you're cooking it to temp,
you about to lose your
165 degrees
card,
minimum.
girl.
Yeah, I know. I took a risk saying
No,
that,
I
but
don't wash either. I mean, studies show if you wash it, you're just splashing bacteria all over the place.
exactly. So I
Yeah.
don't. I don't do all that, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the whole chicken, and if there's any like the necks or gizzards, any of that in there, you'll pull that out. And you can either put that in the bottom of the pan just for extra flavor, or you can freeze it to use for chicken stock later, which is what I do with that backbone once I cut it out. So again, you're laying the chicken. I do pat it dry. You lay it breast side down, and then you're going to take your kitchen shears and just kind of cut along the edge of the spine as close as you can get to the spine because you don't want to waste any of that breast meat or anything. And so cut along both sides to completely remove that backbone. Again, you're going to save that for your homemade chicken stock. Then you flip it over and you got to really get in there, which put your palm like you're like you're doing CPR. So and you
Like a
just put the palms
chiropractor.
exactly, yes. Well, you're cracking bones, so yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
right.
cracking.
So but yeah, so you just kind of get the palms of your hand right there in the middle of that breastbone and push as hard as you can, and you'll hear it crack. And that's just to, well, like TJ said, to separate it and butterfly. And once it's flat, I'll take my butter and about half my herbs, and because I have 4 or 5 probably sprigs of herbs, and I'll take just under half that and just dice it up, or chop it up really, really fine. And then I'll mix that with about 3 cloves of minced garlic into some softened butter. And then I take the butter and just kind of poke it under the skin everywhere and just kind of massage it out, all the way down the leg, all across the breast, the thighs, just
You
massage that butter under the
massage
skin.
it. Oh.
Yeah, I know. You gotta really get in there.
You gotta massage it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, yes. But yeah, I do that. And then I have a sprayer. I have a drizzler. I guess that is not the proper word, drizzler. Uh, but my olive oil bottle, it can either drizzle or spray. But I'll kind of spray to lightly coat the outside with olive oil. Or if you don't have one that spritzes or sprays, just get a pastry brush or something and kind of brush it over it. And
Yeah,
then
brush. A brush would work, right?
exactly, yeah, a
Yeah.
brush. Well, that's what I used before I got lazy and got the little spritzer. But and then I just lightly salt and pepper it on the outside, And I do use fresh cracked pepper and salt. And then take those extra sprigs of, your rosemary, thyme, and oregano. Just kind of spread it out just across the top. It doesn't have to be all pretty. And that's laid out in your cast iron pan. You pop it in the oven, 425 degrees for about, I'll say 40, 45 to 55 minutes. But as you know, with poultry, it needs to read at 165 degrees. Now, I will pull mine when it's at about 160, because when you pull it out of the oven to rest, that residual heat is going to keep heating up, and that way
Right.
it won't dry out. But that's it. And then it's beautiful. I love
I
it.
bet it is. So I'm going to show the viewers a picture of that. Okay. And
Yes.
so what would you pair that with? What kind of
So I
fruit,
usually
vegetables, or whatever?
vegetables. Well, my son loves the French green beans, just kind of sauteed with garlic, red onion, and some chicken broth. So something super simple like that. And if you really want to be fancy, you can roast the green beans. I mean, the oven is already at 425. You'll just kind of coat those with olive oil, some thinly sliced garlic, and red onion. Pop that in the oven with some salt and pepper for about 15-20 minutes, so that last portion that you're cooking the chicken, you can pop those green beans in there to roast those. They'll be nice and crisp, and you can serve it with that or roasted potatoes. Those are the two things I
Ah,
typically serve it with.
you're
Yeah.
making me hungry, girl. I don't think I ate enough tonight after hearing this. So, how could someone prepare that with a busy life? I mean, if you like, what I know about you is that you're a single mom. I hope you don't mind me sharing that, and
Oh
that's
no,
what
I don't mind at
makes
all.
me admire you so much. That you're such a hard worker and taking care of family, and you're just a warrior doing it on your own. And I can relate. I did it for 13 years with my two kids until I remarried. Too much information, but it is what it is, so I can relate. But I just love that about you, that you just you balance it all professionally and with your private life. So you're a busy woman. How do you balance that? If you were to make just spatchcock chicken, how are you going to do that? And you're trying to feed a hungry son, and daughter. She's older
Yes.
now, but how would someone do that?
So again, it really probably only takes maybe 15 minutes of prep time, because you cutting that backbone out is not as difficult as it sounds. Um, so I mean, I cut the backbone out. You mix up you chop up the herbs, and give it a little massage. And once you pop it in the cast iron and put it in the oven, like I said, that's 40-45 minutes, or 45-55 minutes to you know check on homework if you need to do that, or just sit and kind of talk
Ah,
about the day. Yeah. So that you
or
can
could
have
you
that.
do it the day before? I guess you could.
I don't know. I've never done it the day before. I'm not. Yeah, I've never done it the day before. I don't
Okay.
imagine it would hurt. But yeah, 15 minutes prep. Yeah, almost an hour, like hands off time. And so that's another reason I do like to make it, because again, I can feel fancy, and it's not like I'm having to stand there and watch over it. I don't have to keep opening the oven. I just kind of pop it in there, forget about it. Like I said, check on the kids. Maybe if it's going to be an early night, I just run and take my shower really quick while it's in the oven. Um, and then you carve it up and enjoy.
I see the vision with that because, yeah, you can just pop it in the oven, excuse me, and just keep going. Just keep
Exactly.
going
Yes.
and take your shower. Yeah, it's all about timing. Cooking is about timing. That's the one thing I do try to express upon my family when they don't understand. Like, what, the chicken's got to cook first. You do the vegetables last. The starches are in the middle, depending on what
Yes.
starch it is. And it's about timing. So yes, you can just go take a shower, help the kids with homework. You could mow the lawn, heck, while the chicken's cooking.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that makes total sense. I'm gonna have to try that, Nicole. You got my mouth watering with that one. All right,
Well,
so
the recipe is on my website,
okay,
www.sauceandsimmer.com. So it's there for
okay, we
you.
will put that description in the link for everyone. And if you're interested, put your just comment sauce and simmer if you want that recipe. Sauce and simmer, and put that in the description. Okay. All right, everyone. So another preferred cooking method that you mentioned last time is some cooking equipment that you use. And what was the name of that griller or something
Oh,
you told me about that I
my
would love to know more
pellet
about?
grill.
The pellet grill. Okay. So here's
Yes.
the pellet grill, everyone. So tell us about that.
So mine is a pit boss, and I would used to be strictly charcoal. Like I do not like propane. I personally love the flavor of charcoal. So I got my first pellet grill during COVID time because we all spent a lot of time at home, and I love to smoke ribs, chicken, pork butt. So I had plenty of time to do that during COVID. And I did recently have to replace it. I had a Cuisinart before, but I'm very, very happy with the Pit Boss. And it uses like compressed wood, not really wood chips, but like compressed wood, and it's into like little pellets. And you can get different flavors, like, hickory, applewood, just whatever flavor you want. So, and you can grill on it. I mean, you can turn it to different temperatures, but it's just nice because I like things to kind of slow simmer cook. So I think that's why I like smoking
Sauce and
because
simmer.
exactly, I can just kind of season it, whatever I'm cooking, pop it out there on that pellet grill at, between 225. Sometimes if I'm trying to rush it, I might go to 250, but usually 225. And again, there you go. You have time for conversation. You get to catch up on, everybody's day, reminisce on family stories. I mean, you've got all the time you need while that pellet grill is just slow simmering and bringing in all that flavor. Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
gotta
good.
try this pellet grill. I'm interested. I really am. I'm excited
Yes.
about my Weber grill. It's a gas line plumbed in because I like cooking with gas grills. But I'm gonna try this
Mhm.
pellet grill because is it a good replacement for charcoal? You think, or is it similar?
Yes, I think it is because you can get the different flavored. I mean, I know it's still not charcoal flavor, but the different flavored wood chips. Because I would often like soak wood chips anyway and kind of sit it off to the side on my charcoal grill to have the hickory smoke or applewood flavor. So I think this is a very good alternate outside of charcoal.
Yes. Now, on that pellet grill, do you use a cast iron pan on that grill? Because that's what I use.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes, you can. You can cook your steak out there on it. I have a griddle pan, a cast iron griddle pan that I'll use for sauteed onions or peppers, or like grilling zucchini squash. So yes, you can use cast iron there too.
Now, girl, we need to talk to people about how to take care of that cast iron grill or cast iron pan rather, because oh my gosh, when I go to somebody's house, the way that they handle their cast iron pans, I'm like, ooh, the ultimate
Yes,
disrespect. Do they not know
yes.
you can't put a cast iron pan in soapy water? I mean, what are they
Thank you.
doing? What's wrong with these people? So break it down, Nicole. How do you care for your cast iron pans? Like, give us step one, step two, step three, whatever.
Well, I do not use soap. I can tell you that. Um,
No, no.
But honestly, and I'm also one of those people that will clean the kitchen along the way as I'm cooking. If there's anything I can wash and get out of the way because it's less work for me to do later.
Yes, it
So
is.
most pans you need to wait till they cool completely before you plunge them in any water or try and wash them because it'll cause them to kind of warp. Cast iron now, cast iron holds heat for a long time. So
Yes, it does.
yes. So I'm not telling you to just go, grab and go. But when it has cooled down some to where, you can handle it, just get your tap water as hot as you can possibly get it. And most of it just rinses right out. I
It
have a
does.
Yes, it really does. Do not use soap. I do have a scraper tool that I'll use if something is a little stuck on more. Or there's like a wire brush. It's kind of like a sponge in the middle, but then chain metal on the outside. But you can scrub it with that. But really, you just need really hot water and a clean sponge or something that doesn't have any soap on it, and that scraper, and it just scrapes everything right out. And then as soon as I'm done with that, you need to let it dry completely. So as soon as it's completely dry, I usually just let it, sit overnight, and then I'll coat it with a very, very, there's seasoning stuff that you can get. I personally just coat it with a very thin layer of vegetable oil. And you know how we do, we store things in the oven. So, um,
Now that's old school, girl. I remember
yes, 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 yes. So I just wipe it down
that.
inside, outside with, like I said, a really thin layer of vegetable oil and a lint-free cloth, and just let it sit in the oven, until I need to turn the oven on and use it. And that's what I do.
Wow. Well, here's mine up here. Maybe it's here or here, wherever I can put it for you guys. But I hang mine, and like you, I coat it with oil after I have finished washing it because there's nothing worse than a metallic taste from a rusty pan. When
Yes.
people don't care for it, I can tell when people don't care for their pans, and I just cringe. I'm like, oh my gosh, that pan is, even letting it dry with the water pellets on it, you can't do that. You gotta
No.
dry it with the cloth, hang it up,
Yes.
put it in the oven, or let it dry, put it back on the stove, and then oil it later when it's fully dry. You know,
Exactly.
uh,
Yes.
above all, do not use soap.
Exactly. My 12-inch cast iron pan is a rescue because my neighbor had it, and she's like, I don't know what to do with this. I was like, listen, if you don't know what to do with this, give it to me. I will cook for you, but give me this cast iron pan. So,
That's me. I just took one for my mother-in-law because she has a ceramic stove. What kind of stove do you have? Do you have electric or gas, or what do you
so it
cook
is
on?
electric, and it's the flat top range.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I try and I have a gas top, but I could see how you would have to operate a little differently with a cooktop or a ceramic top stove or electric, with a cast iron pan. You just have to care for it differently. I don't even know how to explain that, but I used to have an electric stove, and I felt like I had to care for my cast iron pans a little differently because that heat is directly on it, as opposed
Yeah.
to a gas stove where there's a little space in between. um and with yours, you can't coat it with as much oil, it'll smoke up the house.
Exactly. That's why I said it is
Yeah,
a very, very thin layer. I'll pour just a couple drops on the inside and rub that, and then that residual oil on the rag, I'll rub the bottom. I do
right.
not put additional oil, but you are right.
Yeah, I can be a little heavier with mine because there's not that direct contact with it, but yeah. Okay, well that's good because I cringe. I take offense to people that don't take good care of their cast iron
Yes.
pans. All right, girl. So, menu of the week, girl. What is your? I know you've been traveling because you're such an awesome businesswoman and you've just had a lot going on, but you may have not had time to plan for a menu. But what do you do with what's a busy woman like you? What do you cook on a busy week?
I know. I I try to get my son involved. We have a number of cookbooks, so I'll tell him, okay, pick a region or something, and I try and cook something from that region sometimes. But we also try and make sure we have a different protein each night. I think I've out chickened him. He is over chicken.
Yeah.
He'll eat the spatchcock chicken, but at this point, I have to do something really fancy if he's going to eat chicken.
Yeah,
So
I get it. I'm with him on that.
so I'll try to do some kind of nicer chicken dish. We'll have shrimp. He finally loves salmon, and I've loved it for so long. I'll eat that twice a week if I could. Well, I mean, I guess I could.
Yeah.
I just want to have some variety. But we'll have
Hmm.
salmon, shrimp. So I start with my proteins and map out how I want that to be each day. And then I'll try and pick sides that I can kind of, mix and match. So maybe if it's just kind of roasted green beans this day, I know it doesn't seem like much of a difference, but if you roast them versus sauteing them, the flavor does change. And we'll do salad a couple times because he will eat salad as well. But I really just, I sit down, I pick my proteins first. Again, I try and pick vegetables that I can kind of mix and match. You can do so much with rice with different flavors and seasonings, herbs in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we do like couscous too, because not the pearl couscous, but more of the granular couscous, because that is so easy and quick to
It
cook. I
is.
mean,
Yes.
yeah. So we'll
Yeah.
do
My
that.
husband doesn't like it though. He finds it the texture
Oh,
odd for couscous, but I like it.
hmm. I do too. Like I said, I've had the pearl couscous a few times. It's not my favorite,
Yeah.
but
I like the little granular like you described. Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I like too. Okay, so getting back to kitchen stuff, because I'm all about a well set up kitchen in order to be an effective cook. What are some tools that you have in your kitchen that you must have? Like, I know, I mean, it could be so simple as a specific measuring cup that you use when you're baking or whatever. What are some tools that you use in your kitchen that are just like must haves for people to consider? Maybe they can find
Okay.
some knockoffs, but
No. Well, I am a huge fan of Pampered Chef. There's the quality of the tools and utensils that they have. Just, I have a lot of Pampered Chef stuff. And I was anticipating this question and waiting on it. So I did bring a few things if you want me to show
yeah,
something.
girl,
Oh,
go get
yes.
that pampered chef and show us.
Yes. All right. Hold on. Let me, give me just stay tuned.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to tell people about what I'm drinking here.
Oh, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so if you guys followed my 10-day teacher reset, slim down reset, that was what it was. That's what it was called. It was for 10 days. Every day I drank my lemon water. It is a fat burner, and it's basically just boiled lemons. Sometimes I add ginger and lime with it, and I just boil it, and then I let it steep and ferment for a day overnight, and then I just drink it, and it is an amazing fat burner. The next day I literally will feel my belly just flatten out. If I want to be a little more proactive and aggressive with it, I will add apple cider vinegar. And it really just flattens out the tummy, guys. So you got to try. So this is my mocktail for the night here.
Oh,
Fermented lemon water. All right. So
oh,
here's Nicole back, and she's going to show us what kind of tools she uses.
I know. Well, should we talk about my mocktail?
Yes, I would love to hear about your mocktail.
Oh,
It's mocktail moment right now. Let's go with
it
it.
is, yes. Well, I have
Yes.
my cucumber cooler. I know.
Oh, that looks strong.
Yes,
It just, I
it
feel like
is.
I can
It's,
smell it through the.
mm, it
What's
is
in
so
that,
good.
Nicole?
So, I muddle cucumber, like slices of cucumber with some mint in a shaker, and then I'll put. You can. A lot of the recipes say use the agave syrup. I like just using simple syrup, and honestly, that's what I had available today, so that's what I used. But you can use honey, agave syrup, or just simple syrup, which is also very easy to make.
Yes.
But so I kind of muddle that together, and then I pour some ice in there, kind of shake it. Oh, I'm sorry, and lime juice. And I put lime juice in, a use of about half a lime, and put some ice in there. Just shake it to get it really chilled. Pour the ice and everything into your glass, and then I'll put another slice of cucumber and lime in there, and a little sprig of mint, and there you have it. Oh, and top it off with club soda.
Oh, that sounds
Yes, it is
so
good. Mm,
refreshing, everyone. Oh my gosh. So
hmm
look in the description for the recipe for that. You will have to go to Nicole's website, or I might feature Nicole on my website, but we will have the link in there for you to click on to get that recipe. But I'm all about those mocktails because at our age, I'm a little older than you, but it's all about that anti-inflammatory experience. I can tell when I've been drinking a little bit too much wine that my face just looks puffy. I'm like this, and I can feel it even in my ankles, like an old woman. And so I love that. And the cucumber, There are so many benefits for consuming cucumber for your face, for skin elasticity. Um, and just it's just refreshing. I'm trying to think of the other benefits. You mentioned agave. I can't
Mhm.
remember the benefits of agave right now. I cannot remember, but we'll put it up here. Here is right here, the benefits of agave. And did you say mint? You added
Yes,
mint to it? Ah.
fresh mint. Yes.
Fresh mint. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
And so the senses are just on fire with that, the
Hmm.
smell. And I love me some chocolate mint too, which I have growing in my yard. So
Yes.
guys, you can have that growing in your yard and have it on any mocktail that you want. It is a great addition to a mocktail. Okay,
Hmm.
so Nicole, you got your little kitchen equipment ready for us to see?
I do. I do. I know you will appreciate this because you love garlic too. But this garlic
Yes.
press, it has to easily be 9 years old. But oh, I guess I should hold it up. But I
I
love
have that.
yes, yeah, the best garlic press I've ever had, and it's got the little page and
Yes. Can you
so
hold it up a little higher in the camera for our guests to
yes.
see? Oh my
See that?
gosh, look
No,
at that thing
it
is the
is.
best.
It is the best. You can see it's a little worn. It's
Yes.
it's definitely been loved and used.
Yes,
And
mine is starting to wear off actually. It's time for a new one, but I think I've had
it's
mine for 20 years.
It's I love it. Love it. And to continue on our garlic trend, the pillar, you just kind of pop your garlic in there and roll it and just the peels come right off. So
I've never seen that.
yes, that is Pampered Chef too. I don't know if the
Are
logo
you
will show up,
serious? The
but
peels just come
yes.
off? And
Yes,
okay,
it's
kitchen hack for the week here. Those same garlic peels, you can dry those out in the oven, not burn them, but just dry them out in the oven to remove any antimicrobial bacteria, whatever. And then once they dry out, you can grind them, and that's your new homemade garlic powder. You don't even
oh,
have to buy garlic powder because most of the flavor is in the garlic peels.
well
Kitchen
look at
hack
there. You
number
taught me
one.
something. Yes.
I love how that ties in with that because those same garlic peels that Pampered Chef thing. Hold that thing up again. Let me see that thing. What
This
is that
I love it.
called? Do you have a name for it for the viewers
Well,
to?
I think it is just called a garlic pillar, but it's like I said, I don't know. I've probably had this as long as I've had the garlic press. No,
I've
this
never
I've had.
seen that.
Love this. Absolutely love it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay, what else you got, girl? What's else in the pantry there?
Well, we're going to talk about more garlic because when I well, when I do my green beans, you want that thinly sliced garlic. So at least I do.
Yeah.
So this was, I mean, it's a slicer, a garlic slicer, and you just
Oh my
after
gosh,
you've
can you hold that up
peeled it,
higher for us to see? What is that?
yeah. So it's a garlic slicer. Um,
Ah,
you pop the garlic in there. You see the little blades, and you
yeah.
just put this there, and then you just twist it, and
What?
yes,
I have never seen that one. I'm out of touch, girl. We
oh,
need to have us a little pampered chef party.
we do. Oh my gosh,
And neither
absolutely
one of
love
us
it.
sell pampered chef, by the way, guys. So
No,
don't think we're trying to push anything. Yeah.
exactly. Do
Wow.
not. Do not.
Okay.
Let's see what else I have over here. And because I do use a lot of fresh herbs, this is Pampered Chef as well. And I mentioned last time I do not like stems of my herbs. So it's got several different sizes there. You just kind of put the stem through, clamp it down, and just pull. And that way all your leaves come off. And you don't have to worry about those stems that Nicole doesn't like.
That would work for thyme.
Yes.
Because thyme,
I mean,
thyme has those little bitty little leaves.
exactly. And you feel like you're
Oh, girl,
starting a fire trying to get it off. So,
when I come to your house, don't be surprised if that thing goes missing. I might have to have that
I love it.
thing.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
Wow, well,
Because
you have a
those are my
nice little
favorites.
collection there. I mean, I
Mm.
have I have a lot of the ramekins, and I have that garlic press, and um yeah, what else do I have? Just I mean, who
Yeah,
doesn't have a little bit of pampered chef in the kitchen? I mean,
exactly. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Listen, we'll have to do the next time I'm a guest, I'll show you my other Pampered Chef
Yes,
items.
I love that. So, guys, if you don't have a, it wouldn't be hard for you to find a representative for a Pampered Chef, but they really do have some pretty creative options to just save time in the kitchen. Oh, I know what I have. I have that big bowl, measuring bowl, the glass one with the lid that I use for pancakes when I'm mixing up my pancake mix,
Ah,
and it has the
yes.
spout on it, and I use it for so
Yes.
much stuff. I love that thing. It's big. It's real big. Yeah, I've had that thing for 20 years. All right, girl. So, I would like to know, we talked about where you would want to try. Okay, home, Nicole. We're getting close to the end, and now we must talk.
Oh.
This is the essential question. So, what does
Mhm.
home mean to you, and how does it fit into your culinary art of cooking, Nicole? Secondary question with that, can you think of any sensory details that bring you closer to this meaning of home and cooking?
Mm. Mm.
This is the
So
English teacher in me coming out here.
I know it. Yes. So home, home for me, as far as cooking, I mean, we're just thinking of home, just home in general. It's kind of that for me anyway. It's that safe space where I can just be the unaltered version of me, and no matter what I've gone through in life, if I go back there, I know I can find some form of peace and comfort, and I can
Amen.
have it without question. So home is a very comforting place for me. So I think that kind of feeds into my style of cooking. I like comfort foods. It's those southern um, comfort meals. So that's what home is for me. Just again, a place where I can just be me without judgment, and also have again, yeah, I love conversation. But just the conversation over a meal. So that's
And what
that's
is the
home.
best conversational meal? That's a big question. Like,
Mhm.
and I know it could be seasonal, but let's think, we have Labor Day coming up with grilling out time. So, what would be that delicious conversational meal that you just think would be a winner at the table for everyone?
Oh my gosh. This is a tough one. Just a honestly, any meal can be conversational, especially
That's
if you're
true.
connecting with, yeah, if you're connecting with, because typically when you have a guest over or if you're going home, you're going to cook the things that historically you've enjoyed either cooking together or just enjoying together. So any meal, in my opinion, is going to kind of spark that conversation. Um, when you first asked, you're right, it would be seasonal. I think Thanksgiving is one of those times where it's just built for conversation. That's where you take that moment to take a step back and talk about the things and the people that you are thankful for. So,
Hmm.
and you
Hmm.
usually pull out the special cakes and pies and things for during the holiday season. Um, so I think Thanksgiving, as far as a seasonal thing, would be that conversational piece. And because family is not just like your blood relatives, I have some friends that I'm closer to than some family members, and I couldn't imagine not spending a holiday or just something with them. So I know a lot of people do like a Friendsgiving because those people are just that special in your life that yes, you may spend Thanksgiving with your blood relatives, but they mean so much you want them a part of that as well. So then you have Friendsgiving. So Thanksgiving for me would
Amen.
be that true conversational piece.
Yeah, so it's really more about just camaraderie, everybody coming together. But good food matters. And see, you
Oh,
take that for granted because you're such an excellent cook and people expect that from you.
listen, yeah, good food does matter, and like you said, it's grilling season, and everybody's not invited to the barbecue.
That's
Some people
true.
bring plates, all right, and some people bring the mac and cheese. They know who they are.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But I'm one of them with that potato salad. I need to see that stuff being made.
Yes,
Like, who made the potato salad? All right.
yes.
Well, Nicole, oh my gosh, this has been just so eye-opening with you. I want our viewers to know how to get in contact with you. How can they reach you, Nicole? We've asked this question before, but just in case they missed, how can people get in touch with you?
So the best way would be my email, which is sauceandsimmer@gmail.com. But you can also check out my spatchcock chicken recipe and contact me via my website, which again was www.sauceandsimmer.com. And there's a contact me page where you can just kind of leave me a message or note and I will get back with you.
And do we have some ebooks coming from you soon? That some because I could just see some beautiful coffee table recipe books, oversized, gorgeous, on the coffee table for guests to just, I mean, just with your beautiful face on it and all of your delicious signature recipes on there. I mean, is that coming? I mean, I'm not trying to put
Oh,
pressure on you.
you are putting pressure, and maybe that should be a part of my 10-year plan because I'll be honest with you, nobody writes anything down. And
No.
so I have to redo all my recipes and actually think about what how much I'm putting in there. So we'll add that to the 5-year plan, not 10
Yes.
year.
Yes, I think you should because for the connoisseurs and the people who really enjoy good cooking, I like a beautiful cookbook. I'm still into that.
Me
I
too.
still refer to my grandmother's cookbook for making homemade cannolis that I do like Super Bowl. It's
Oh,
like a Super Bowl, early January, February kind of tradition in my household. And I refer to that old raggedy cookbook. I still have
is it
what's the
Bell's
what
Best?
no, it's what is it? I should have brought here's I'm gonna put a picture in for it's all raggedy. It's here. So and then also I have the Betty Crocker. Remember the old Betty
Yes,
Crocker? I have
with the
that. I
plaid,
still
the red plaid cover.
yes, yes, yes. Do
Hold
you
on.
have yours?
Is it or
You gotta
maybe
have
or Better
that.
Homes and Gardens? Maybe
Yes,
that's it.
yes, yes. I still refer to that for like apple pies, even though I kind of know about the back of my hand, but
Yes,
baking is precise. So even if you're off a cup, and when I'm drinking my wine or whatever, I might be a cup off, and that will ruin the recipe.
yes, it will.
So I
So
use
yes.
it as a guide, even though I know kind of what it needs. But yeah. Okay, so I see that for you. So I see Sauce and Simmer by Nicole Reed.
Oh my goodness. I never really thought about that, but I can see that in my future too.
Yes, absolutely, because you are a phenomenal cook, and I can tell you take a lot of pride into it. You put a lot of pride into it. Your heart's in it. You can feel it, and you are such a natural in the kitchen. When you come to my house, you just know where stuff is. You just go right to it. I mean, that's a cook.
Listen,
The
I get put to
logical
work in
place.
yes, in every kitchen I go to as far as friends, I get put to work every
And
time.
but you don't you just naturally just dive in. And I'm like,
I do.
okay. And you know what? Honestly, I kind of get lazy when I know you're coming because I'm like, okay, Nicole's coming. I don't have to do too much. I'm
Well,
sorry.
listen here. You provide the wine. I will be your personal chef for that day. I'm okay.
And the reward is so great. You always get the spread going. I just love it, girl. All right, guys. So we really appreciate our viewers for listening to us today. I am so thankful to have Nicole Reed, my beautiful and wonderful distinguished guest, such a beautiful
Thank
person
you.
inside and out, an excellent cook, and a beautiful woman, a great mother, a great friend. I
Aw.
hope you will follow her. She also has a YouTube channel. We will put that in the description. She has a website. And she has a digital cookbook coming up soon. So stay tuned for that and follow her.
Yeah.
So this is Rooted and Radiant, where we give you one lesson at a time here to help you stay healthier and just keep the world beautiful. That's where we're trying to spread our love and keep
Yes.
everybody cooking and having great conversations in the kitchen. Also, Nicole,
Yes.
you did not mention that you have a podcast. You didn't mention
Oh,
that. Ah,
I did not. I did not. I am
yes.
starting a podcast as well. And I think it probably goes without saying, it's about conversation more so than food. But It's called the Simmering Sessions. And I invite you to my table to sit with me. We'll talk about a meal, a recipe, and just about life, just what it means, who you're sharing it with, why they have a seat at your table, and just that reminder to always leave room for one more at the table.
And that is on Spotify, right?
Yes, it is on
Yes.
Spotify, YouTube, as well as Apple Podcast.
Okay, so we will put that information in our link in the description. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. This is Rooted and Radiant. It is part of the Organic Educator. I'm TJ Brown. Thank you so much for listening. And we will see you next time. Stay in touch with me and Nicole Reed with Sauce and Simmer. Bye.
Bye.